Hello and welcome back at One Coffee with MCM. Today we are here with Philo and Konstantin, two research assistants at the MCM. Thank you for being here. First of all, could you briefly introduce yourselves? Who are you and what exactly do you do at work?
You want to start?
So I'm Konstantin. I'm 26 years old, still in my first year at the MCM. Almost finished my first year, started last September. My first project I dived into was about so-called shared consumption. So basically how experiences differ if you experience it by yourself or with other persons, and how people talk differently if they experience it by themselves or with another person. And currently I'm working on, let's just say, the potential of virtual reality. Everything is about virtual reality for employee training.
Sounds very interesting. And who are you?
Well, I'm Philo, and I'm in my second year of the PhD. I'm a little older than Konstantin, just a little. And I'm also doing research in, I wouldn't say just VR, because I'm doing research in virtual worlds. So I'm also looking at augmented reality, for example, or like if you want to say an umbrella term, extended or mixed reality for these different worlds, VR, AR, and I'm looking at how you feel when you're in these worlds, how present you feel in the so-called real world or physical world versus in the virtual and the computer-generated world, and if this interferes with how autonomous you feel in either of these worlds, and to find out maybe what is lacking for a better adoption, and So this is kind of like my current research topic, and obviously we all have multiple projects, multiple ideas we're working on at the same time, but that is what is currently happening.
Okay, great. So I know who you are now, you know who they are now. And last question for the introductions, why are we here at Cafe Moya? Why did you choose this place? Or you guys, I don't know who exactly chose it, but maybe you could tell us.
Very good question. It was my call, yeah, but it was a joint decision, as always. Good call. I guess the main reason is that in a few minutes, we have our weekly fix, our weekly meeting, and this place is actually pretty close to our office, so we don't have long ways. I don't know. I guess
it's a good combination. They're offering good stuff, delicious stuff, and it's close by.
The price is okay.
Price is good. Quite chilled atmosphere, I'd say.
They allowed us to come early.
Yeah, they did, which is great. Thank you, by the way. And do you have a favorite thing you order here? Can you say you come here often?
Cappuccino.
Depends on the season, right? In the summer, not now because the weather is kind of rainy. So today I'm fine with my cappuccino. Yeah. But in the summer I also like, they have these nice ice themed drinks. So I guess that would be my favorite in the summer.
Okay, that sounds cool. Thank you for answering the introductory questions. Now let's start off with some academic related stuff. One student wanted to know, which I'm personally very curious on what you'll have to say about that. Why did you choose to pursue a PhD when you could have earned way more in consulting?
Good question.
I like the jobs differ greatly, I also don't think generally you always earn more in consulting. I guess you could, but you don't have to. I guess what is kind of similar to working hours actually. So in the top 4 consulting firms, you probably work as much as we do. I guess when you're doing a PhD, you can achieve, or you can pursue your own research, your own science. You can conduct science, conduct research, which this autonomy, this flexibility you don't have in consulting. And when you are in science, you can really dive deep into topics that interest you. And I'm a big fan of that. I don't know how about you, and I guess you're a big fan of that as well.
Reason,
I mean, maybe consulting is an option after the PhD, but for now, like to explore innovative fields is more interesting and enticing, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
I totally agree. I mean, in consulting, you often have like a lot of projects, which we do have as well, but you often work at a high level and you don't have just the time to dive really deep into topics, literature, or whatever. That's the part I like about our work. Of course, there's the other part where we have to do the organizational and administrative stuff, which I don't enjoy that much, but we have to do it. But that part where we are flexible and can dive really deep into topics we are interested in, that's the main reason why. I think we both do.
Those are very good answers. And I'm wondering now, have you always planned or dreamt of like becoming a doctor, doing a PhD, or was it something that kind of evolved along the way?
For me, well, you go ahead.
Okay. For me, I basically thought about that when I started my master's. I've been working for a couple of different chairs at my former university as a student research assistant, where I could already like see how the academic work is done. So that's where I thought, hey, that might be an option.
Yeah, it was kind of similar for me. I was at the chair in Göttingen I worked as a research assistant, as a student assistant. Of course, research assistant is what I'm now. Student assistant for 2.5 years or so. So there was always a connection with this kind of career path, so it was always an idea to apply for a PhD. Okay.
Now, a question that I think will get the people listening. Many know you from the introductory of business administration module, and you as well. How does one create an exam, and how many difficult questions do you put in there on purpose?
Difficult is always subjective, right?
Do you understand what might get the people struggling?
So, like when we put together an exam, we always try to have questions that are potentially easier than others, but it needs to be balanced. So there needs to be a good balance between more difficult questions and easier questions, and then questions in between. But I guess sometimes we get an idea what might be more difficult, but as Konsti said, it's always subjective. Like if you learned a lot in a specific field, or like say learning from leaders, the series that we have, if you put in a lot of effort there, then some questions might be easier for you to answer than others in other fields where you don't put so much effort in. But
I think
do you have something to add?
The biggest problem for students are quite often what we think is that they don't know yet which are the important informations they should remember or they should learn. Basically, they are learning a lot of stuff, but they are like maybe not learning the right stuff. I think that's one reason. Other thing is, or I think the most difficult thing for us is to like put an exam together and try to do it as the same level of difficulty for every exam. Without using the same questions all the time.
I imagine that to be really hard, because when I saw this question, I thought about that was one thing I was thinking. It must be very difficult, like to keep the standard fair. Yeah, but
obviously for someone like in case you had to repeat the exam, maybe one year you felt it was easier than the other year. But we try for this to be only subjective and not the actual standard. Like we hope that every exam is similarly in terms of difficulty.
Okay. And lastly, like still asking about the students, is there one thing that students think when like in the lecture that you don't notice but you do? How much do you hear us talking? What have you seen people doing?
Why would we share that? Because then we lose this advantage that they do something and we we actually know what they do, but maybe we don't want them to know.
It's always funny if they call us like professor or doctor or whatever. That happens quite.
Really?
Like, yeah. Especially for Philo, but he's more famous than me anyway. Maybe that's
in the next year, after people seeing this interview, they call you doctor.
Fair, like maybe it's true at some point. Like whenever people watch this video, they watch it in 2 years.
Yeah.
maybe.
Ahead of time. People were ahead of time.
But anything like a tiny thing you could share to get the people interested.
I hope they're already interested in this interview in the first place.
Me too.
Subscribe. But I don't know. Like obviously, like maybe sometimes students don't really get that the volume in the H1, for example, is getting louder, and they don't know like there are like multiple waves of noise that are coming from the back of the room to the front, which sometimes is a bit difficult for the people who present, because they also notice that. And maybe like it was the same for me when I was a student, when I'm like in the second to last row and I'm talking, and I don't get the idea that this might be a bit annoying for people who are presenting.
Yeah, same probably.
So always keep that in mind when you're in the lecture hall.
So be quiet, right? Okay, now we've been through the tough questions already. You did it. Some people asked rather fun ones, and I hope you're ready to give us some rather fun answers as well. Somebody asked us, if you had 24 hours, and there would be two possibilities you could spend those hours. Would you rather be in the metaverse for 24 hours or be in a room with Professor Nora for 24 hours, and why?
Can you disclose who asked this question?
Maybe you know Vivi memes, so yeah, he wanted to know.
Oh, hi Vivi memes. I guess the answer would be, well, it's kind of a trick question, because if you're 24 hours in the metaverse, chances are that you meet THT there as well. Yeah. So you kind of meet him anyway. And he has a family, he also has other things to take care of, so I don't think 24 hours in a room with me would like be to his liking as well. So I would probably choose the 24 hours in the metaverse, because there's also like a little more variety. You can spend the hours, the whole day on different things. So
but you'd still get quality time.
And I still get quality time, can talk about all the research, can talk about all the onboarding exams, and so
what more could you want?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Like
awesome.
Dream coming true.
Yeah, I can imagine. In general, do you have a specific marketing ick? Something I'm really
I'll go for that one.
Okay.
Clickbaiting. So I know why people are doing it, and I know it works, but I'm always annoyed if it works on me. Especially if you have like on YouTube those huge headlines or those thumbnails. They are like promising the world, and then you're looking at the video or reading the article or whatever, and you're like, thank you for nothing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe on the other hand, also if companies sugarcoat things, like if they say something is awesome and something's great, when in reality it's neutral or even worse. Like if they implemented something new and it's actually like worse or neutral to the previous version. Like I'm not a big fan if they think the customers are stupid. So unnecessary sugarcoating is probably my marketing ick.
Okay, two very valid points. Another great question, in my opinion. If your research or work in general was a movie or a TV show, which one would it be?
Dr. House.
And why?
I like the way he is, because he's just who he is. I'm always the same. And I like how he's working, like thinking about a bunch of different things. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. That's a part of our job as well. Yeah. And he's quite a unique person. I'd say I go for Dr. House, diving into things like if he have an idea, if he's having an idea, he's like doing research and research and research. He just stops when he's finished.
That's a really good answer. Philo, can you top this?
I think so too.
No.
Okay, just we'll stay with Dr. House then.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question, focusing on the students again. Is there any secret or fun fact about the MCM lectures they attend?
MCM, like maybe if you walk through the wrong door in the MCM, no, just kidding. Like we're actually way less in VR than people might think. Way less. So maybe that's a fun fact already, because people
think you're in VR quite a lot.
Right. Yeah. But when they pass my office, like, I don't think they've ever seen me in VR. So we would like to be there more often. Yeah. I guess. But like many tasks that we do, you can't really perform in VR or AR yet. Maybe AR are better than VR, but like I've never seen someone compile exam questions or look at bachelor theses in VR. So for now, the standard computer world is still more beneficial in that way, and this is why the MCM is not in VR all the time.
Actually, I don't know if you have noticed, but this is our first time inviting two people together here at One Coffee With. So let's talk about the two of you specifically. What's something that the other person does really well that you wish you were better at?
I admire, honestly, Philo's calmness all the time. He's like calm if there's like firestorm around him, and he's calm inside as well. But you can't tell if Philo is like in a good mood or if he's boiling inside. It's like, yeah.
Usually boiling.
Usually boiling, yeah. But I wish I would be that calm if I'm boiling inside.
Mm-hmm. And for Konstantin, it's kind of the opposite. Like, he is really outgoing, a very likable character. Like, I guess if you are watching this video, you already think he's pretty likable, and you have a good connection with him. He's warm and friendly.
You can leave a comment on saying what you think about Konstantin.
Oh.
Comment section is open.
Yeah, really. That might be based on what you have already said, but do you have typical routines or roles? Because I think you two are sitting in an office together in like your daily life.
In our daily life at work?
At work. Or private as well, you can share if you like.
No.
That's a good question. Besides coffee making sometimes?
Who makes the coffee?
Normally me. All the time me.
Yeah. You always bring it to me as well. Like.
Yeah, I'm always asking.
Another point of Konstantin being very likable.
I'm drinking more coffee than you do.
Yes.
So that's why I'm asking, hey, do you want coffee?
It's already a second, by the way.
Yeah.
Today in the morning.
We should start something before every lecture, before
like routine.
Onboarding. Yeah, like a handshake or whatever.
A ritual, yeah, that would be cute.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, okay.
Ask us the next time we're
Okay.
So you think we have another interview? You want to do it again?
Why not?
In a year?
Yeah.
See how we progressed, okay?
Yeah, oh, that's a really sweet idea actually. I'll come back, I will not forget. You might hope
Come to Onboarding and we show you.
Okay, we can do that.
If we get, what is a suitable number? 5,000 views?
5,000 views, and then we'll do a second part?
Yes.
That sounds good, okay.
Lowest views in history.
Another really fun question coming from a student, because I think people think you are like, because you're working at the chair of like marketing and media, many related questions to that. If your work environment was a reality show, which typical roles would you have and why? Who would be like the strategist, the villain, or the fan favorite?
He would be the fan favorite, that's for sure. Yeah, like you would, like people would call for you to progress to the next round. Yeah. Kind of depends which reality show.
Which reality?
Yeah.
Friends or something?
Big Brother.
Big Brother.
No, I think like he would be. He would make it far in the show. Yeah. I would be more like the person behind the camera, filming the whole thing, or like writing the playbook. That would be my role, I guess.
You would be Big Brother.
Yeah, so to say.
Yeah, okay.
You would be Big Brother.
Okay, do you have anything to add?
No.
Or what do you see my role?
Yeah, what do you see?
Actually, more the strategist Or like, no, you would be like this fun guy in the show. Because you're so calm and everybody thinks, hey, he's so chill and whatever. And then Big Brother, like, some people are annoying you or whatever, and you're like, so like this surprise act or whatever.
Alright.
Could be, right?
Well, I don't know if I would explode in
Nah, not it. Come on.
If you weren't in academia, would there be one job that you would do?
Yeah, New Zealand. I'm always telling Philo my backup plan, which is like, I spent a couple of months in Australia working in hospitality, but I haven't been to New Zealand yet. I always tell Philo, hey, nothing works out. I'm going just to New Zealand, do some physical work, like picking kiwis or something. And I'm more or less serious about it, but
sometimes more, sometimes less.
yeah, sometimes more, sometimes less.
Depends on the
serious,
mood.
but It's an option.
Okay. That's a good answer. And for you?
I would trade meme coins.
No, that's a great answer.
Just kidding.
Really?
Well, maybe. I would love to be like in a sport. Like I'm really into sports, so I would love to be like in like the football business industry. Doesn't need to be football that only. Like I'm into multiple sports, so something in that direction is really something that would interest me. And trading meme coins.
Yeah, I mean, multiple income streams, right?
Yes.
Always.
Yes. Always have a backup plan, right? Don't have plan A and B, have plan A1 and A2.
What a nice quote. And that perfectly leads us to our last question. Is there one piece of advice that you would like to share with students listening or considering a career path similar to yours? Anything you want to say to the camera?
I'd say just go for it. I mean, you never know if you don't try. So just go for it, figure out if you do like it, perfect. If you don't, do other things, but you never know if it's like a thing you want to do if you never try it. Just go for it.
Do what intrinsically motivates you. Like if you're not motivated to do what you're doing, then it will most likely fail. Don't do it for ulterior motives, like only money, for example. Come back to this consulting example, isn't what's gonna make you happy. So follow what interests you.
Okay, thank you so much. Those are some very, very nice last words, and we're done. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure talking with you two.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions or anything you want to know, share it in the comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much.